brutal world of Formula One moves on quickly, with minimal changes in 2023. Who will be next on the chopping board? Well, my first option is Sergio Perez, as he will most likely be demoted and he wouldn't leave unless he potentially retires. May be a good option for Perez, as going back to a lower ranked team just will get him nowhere and it'll just be wasting his time, and he still has a decent legacy, and the chance of this happening is more of a 50-50. If they keep him on, he will stay in Formula One. If they don't keep him on, he may retire. And he does seem like a driver that does kind of want to retire right now. He has family, he has children. He may want to spend more time with them, as we saw with Sebastian Vettel. He may have other goals outside of Formula One. So this is more of 50-50 depending on how he goes. His performance is very much performance based, which is a good position to be in, because there are some drivers here who just look to be out no matter what. And talking about being in a bad position, Logan Sargeant, he is the most likely to get kicked out for a new up-and-coming driver to be paired with Alex Albon, as they're just obvious number one choice for Williams unless he performs, which is a good position to be in, because there is no one at this current moment who's looking to shoot for that seat, unlike Sergio Perez has Daniel Ricciardo waiting to just take him down and take that seat, and Logan Sargeant has no real threat because, well, who wants to go to Williams apart from these newer drivers, which we will see this year in Formula 2? Who will look strong and who has the best connection with Mercedes, because that is an obvious point. You have to be with Toto Wolff. Toto Wolff knows James Vowles. They have obviously worked together for many years. If you know them, then you will get into that Williams team if you are very good, and there are some very good drivers coming up. This is more of 70% because it does depend on Formula 2 and his own performance, not any other drivers in Formula 1, which does leave him a little bit safer, which is why I dropped him down to a 70%. Now, Fernando Alonso is the only driver I have on here that isn't performance based if he leaves. It would be because that Aston Martin is not good enough and he will possibly just retire, but it does not look like he wants to leave F1. But you can't lie, if he is just going to be there in a team that sucks, that is not progressing, that is in the midfield, then he will definitely leave. And some say, well, he was going to Mercedes. Well, I just don't believe that they would take him in Mercedes. There would just be no need for that. I mean, Mercedes already knows how to win. They don't need a driver that has one, unlike other teams like Williams, which would very much benefit from a Fernando Alonso. However, Fernando Alonso would not be going to Williams. I can assure you that he would first retire before he goes down there. So this is more of a depending on if Aston Martin performs or not, which is pretty crazy, because this is if a team performs, not if a driver performs. So it's more of a 40%, because I feel like Aston Martin will kind of be around the 50-50 point that he may leave, but I'm going with 40. Now, Nico Hülkenberg is in the older age in Formula 1 and may look to blow up this lineup for younger drivers. And you can't lie that Nico Hülkenberg's time in Formula 1 has come to an end. I mean, he has been in this sport for so long and has achieved barely anything, which is really hard to say, because just being in Formula 1 for such a long time is a massive achievement. So is getting up in F1. But him and his team and Magnussen may be the ones to be cut by Haas if a new driver comes in. And it depends, of course, if they want a new driver as well. And by new driver, I mean an up-and-coming driver, a Formula 2, a junior driver. If they wish to take a chance again on a new driver, which I think is a good option, because you have very little to lose. These drivers are on the out. They have not achieved that much for you. Then one or the other will be on this chopping block. And it's really just half and half, because you don't know who will be the one that will be chosen. Hülkenberg and Magnussen, they both have their upsides and downsides. Hülkenberg is way better in qualifying. He does drop down in the race. Is that his fault? No, that Haas just sucks in the race. Magnussen, he struggles in qualifying sometimes, but he does have that pole position, you have to remember. But he just looks to be kind of just the most average in the race. If I was the team principal of Haas or the owner or whatever it was, I would go with Hülkenberg, because I just think that he's just way more reliable. He will just not crash my car. And Magnussen, he just has a fiery pass to me. But you can't lie that one or the other will be on their way out sometime or another. And obviously these drivers are not in the best team in Formula 1. If you want to see a video about why Haas is the worst team in F1 at the moment, then click right here. Thank you very much.